Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Jimmy Kimmel's show to return to ABC on Tuesday night. The network's removal of Mr. Kimmel's show last week almost immediately morphed into a flashpoint for free speech in America. Jimmy Kimmel is coming back. ABC said on Monday that Jimmy Kimmel Live would return to its airwaves on Tuesday, ending an impasse that began last week. Last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country, the Walt Disney Company, which owns ABC, said in a statement. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive, the statement said. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. Disney did not say whether all ABC affiliates, some of which balked at carrying Jimmy Kimmel Live last week, would carry Tuesday's show. At least one television group that owns some ABC affiliates said on Monday evening that it would not broadcast it. ABC had removed Mr. Kimmel indefinitely last week after a top Trump regulator and many conservatives said he inaccurately described the politics of the man accused of fatally shooting the right-wing activist Charlie Kirk. The subsequent suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live almost immediately morphed into a flashpoint for free speech in America. ABC pulled the show just hours after Brendan Carr, the chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, said on a podcast that Mr. Kimmel's remarks were part of a concerted effort to lie to the American people, and that the agency was going to have remedies that we can look at. Frankly, when you see stuff like this, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, Mr. Carr told the podcast's host, Benny Johnson. Mr. Kimmel had planned to address the growing firestorm during his opening monologue for the Wednesday episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live, but after senior Disney executives, including its chief executive, Robert A. Iger, and its head of television, Donna Walden, reviewed Mr. Kimmel's planned remarks, they worried his monologue would make the situation worse, and decided to bench him and his show instead. Disney did not publicly explain its decision at the time, and Mr. Kimmel has not commented publicly on the show's suspension. Conversations between Disney and Mr. Kimmel to return his show to the air formally began on Thursday, according to two people briefed on the matter, who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss private negotiations. Mr. Iger, Ms. Walden, and Rob Mills, the ABC executive who directly oversees the show, met with Mr. Kimmel at the office of his lawyer, Andy Gauker, in the Century City neighborhood of Los Angeles. Mr. Kimmel's manager, James Dixon, participated in the meeting via a video call. The session ended without Mr. Kimmel's agreeing to changes in the monologue he had planned to deliver on Wednesday, which had sought to clarify his earlier commentary but also punched back against figures on the right who he believed had misrepresented those comments. Mr. Iger and Ms. Walden continued to communicate with Mr. Kimmel throughout the weekend, the two people said. An agreement about when to bring the show back, and what Mr. Kimmel would say upon his return, was made on Monday morning. A representative from Mr. Kimmel did not respond to requests for comment. Sinclair, a company that owns roughly 24 ABC affiliates, said on Monday that it would not air Jimmy Kimmel Live on Tuesday across its stations and would instead replace it with news programming. The company said that discussions with ABC are ongoing as we evaluate the show's potential return. Nexstar, another television group that publicly criticized Mr. Kimmel, did not return a request for comment. Sinclair and Nexstar controlled just over 20% of ABC affiliates combined, according to BIA Advisory Services, a research firm. The imbroglio began last Monday when Mr. Kimmel used his opening monologue to say the MAGA dang was desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it. Conservatives pounced, saying the comments mischaracterized the political beliefs of Tyler Robinson, the accused shooter. Prosecutors have said that Mr. Robinson objected to Mr. Kirk's hatred, but the authorities have not said which of Mr. Kirk's views Mr. Robinson had found hateful. Mr. Robinson's mother said that her son had recently shifted toward the political left and become more pro-gay and trans rights oriented. In the days since ABC's decision, at least 5 Hollywood unions, collectively representing more than 400,000 workers, publicly condemned decried what they called corporate cowardice, and organized a protest last week outside the main gate at Disney headquarters in Burbank, Calif. Damon Lindelof, a creator of ABC's Lost, said that if Mr. Kimmel's program did not return from suspension, he couldn't, in good conscience, work for the company that imposed it. Michael Eisner, a former chief executive of Disney, issued a rare rebuke on social media on Friday as well. Some conservatives expressed misgivings too. Senator Ted Cruz, Republican of Texas, likened Mr. Carr's comments to a mob boss, arguing that his comments to potentially retaliate against media companies were dangerous as hell. "I like Brendan Carr, but we should not be in this business," Mr. Cruz said on his podcast last week. "We should denounce it." Disney also came under pressure from its customers, some of whom canceled Disney Plus subscriptions and Disney World vacations in protest. Mr. Carr, for his part, used an appearance in Manhattan before Disney's announcement on Monday to try to minimize his own role in the events that led to Mr. Kimmel's suspension. He said that Disney had merely made a business decision in response to feedback from viewers and affiliates, and he argued that Democrats' claims of undue government pressure were a campaign of projection and distortion. Jimmy Kimmel is in the situation that he's in because of his ratings, not because of anything that's happened at the federal government level, Mr. Carr said. Ratings for Jimmy Kimmel Live played no role in Disney's decision-making, according to the two people briefed on the matter. And M. Gomes, the sole Democratic commissioner of the FCC, has rejected Mr. Carr's argument that ABC was only making a business decision. In social media posts on Monday, she wrote, "This regrettable chapter is a stain on the FCC," and she applauded Mr. Kimmel's reinstatement, saying that Disney found its courage in the face of clear government intimidation. Mr. Kimmel's return on Tuesday will make for one of the most anticipated episodes of a late-night television show in years. Over the past few days, many other late-night hosts, including Stephen Colbert, John Oliver, Jon Stewart, and Seth Meyers, used their shows and platforms to strongly speak out against Mr. Kimmel's temporary removal. For weeks, the fate of late-night television seemed uncertain. Rumors swirled, social media burned with speculation, and industry insiders debated whether one of ABC's most iconic shows would ever find its way back to primetime. But now the wait is finally over. Jimmy Kimmel Live is officially returning to ABC on Tuesday night. The announcement didn't come with the usual fanfare of flashing promos or dramatic countdowns. Instead, it slipped quietly into the public sphere, a subtle press release, followed by a casual social media post from Kimmel himself. The understated reveal felt almost intentional, as if ABC and Kimmel were signaling that after a turbulent period, the show would speak for itself once the lights went up and the cameras started rolling. A suspension that shook the industry. Kimmel's absence from the airwaves created a vacuum in late-night television, while competitors like Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, and Seth Meyers continued to broadcast. ABC's flagship comedy hour went dark. The suspension was described at first as indefinite, which left fans puzzled and critics divided. Some called it a necessary pause in light of behind-the-scenes turmoil, while others saw it as a drastic overreaction by the network. Viewers who tuned in nightly for Kimmel's blend of sharp humor, political satire, and candid celebrity interviews felt disoriented. The timing was especially painful, with election season heating up, Hollywood drama unfolding, and cultural debates raging online. Audiences needed a trusted voice to sift through the noise.